Okay, good morning. So today we're looking at the final examination of grade 8 2020. That was last year's grade 8s, since we are in the year 2021. Also with regards to the grade 8s of last year, they didn't do geometry. Okay? So that's why you will see that there's no geometry in this paper. Okay? Because of the lockdown, I think there were 3 months or 4 months at home last year, and the work we sent down to them, as you guys were in grade 7 last year, the work that your teacher sent you guys, you also didn't do in the lockdowns, no? So you had to come back to school and the teacher had to teach you all those stuff again. Not so. So all that stuff we sent down to them, they didn't learn either. So we had to come back and reteach. But no problem. This year they had to work twice as hard. Okay, because all the grade 8 work still needed to be taught to them anyway. Okay. So let's do this. So the question 1 says, state the following. State whether the following are true or false. Multiples of even numbers are always even. True or false? True. Okay. Okay, because you can take any even number. 2 times 4 is 8, is even. 5 times, not 5, 50 times 2 is 100, is also even, and so on and so on. Okay, otherwise we can disprove why it's not the case. It will be false. Okay. The next question says 1.1.2. If there are 3 terms in an algebraic expression, it's called a binomial. False. 2 terms is called a what? 3 terms is called a trinomial. Binomial has 2 terms. Let's look at the next one. 1.1.3. The square of a negative number is positive. True. Okay, give me an example of that. Yes, negative 2 squared. It's going to give you positive 4. Okay, it's an example of that. The question wasn't for examples, I'm just showing you. The coefficient. What's the coefficient? It's a number. The coefficient of x in the expression. The coefficient of x in the expression is negative 8y. Is that correct? False. What is the coefficient of x here? Negative 8y is over 9. That is your coefficient. Not so. What if it had said your numerical coefficient? What would it have been then? Negative 8 over 9. Do you guys understand? So numerical denotes number only, whilst coefficient is going to be, you can consider the y as well. Okay. Numerical is number only. In 1.1.5, if you have 2a plus 6 red Smarties, and 11 plus 3a blue Smarties, then you have 5a plus 17 Smarties altogether, which means to say I must add the 2 together. So what is 2a plus 3a? 5a, yes, that's in order. 6 plus 11 is 17. So this makes it 2. Okay, any confusion here? You all okay with this? Right. Let's go to question 1.2. Write down the next 2 numbers in the following. Write down the next 2 numbers in the following sequences. So here's a mathematical, what's the name that applies to the sequence? Okay, mathematical rule. So the question is, how do I move from 3 to 6?
Add 3.
You add 3. And from 6 to 9? Add 3. And 9 to 12? You add 3. So in other words, I must add 3 to get the next term. You're going to get 15 plus 3 is 18. You all agree with that?
Yes.
Right. Next. So you're going to enlarge this a bit. Okay. The next one. So it's going to be plus 3 is 15 and 18. How do I move from here to the next one? Divided by? No, minus 2. Minus 2. Minus 2. So it's 0 and negative 2. You all agree with that? Right. How do I get from 3 to negative 6? You add 3. 3 plus 3 is 6, not minus 6. Minus 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Minus 9, yes. So 3 minus 9 is negative 6. So if you minus 9 here, I must minus 9 again. And what is minus 6 minus 9? Negative 12. So it's not that. How else do I move from 2 to negative 6? Sorry, huh? What do you think? You don't think? Don't want to think? Anybody? You times back? Negative 2. Yes, well done. That's the one that lied to me, no? But she's not lying now. Can you see that, people? 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 times negative 2, negative times negative is positive. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 times negative 2 is negative 24. Times negative 2 is going to give you positive 48 times negative 2 is negative 96. Staan julle? Right. There's a 2 in 1 sequence here. Yes, what's your answer? Hand is up. Hand is not up anymore. Anybody? Askin, what do you think? Shiloh, you okay? What's wrong? You sick? Sorry? Fasting? Okay. Nice. Anybody? No, that is when you're doing either comparison or we're adding and subtracting fractions. You must find the LCM. You don't want to find the LCM here. It'll be a massive LCM if you find it. Massive. Anybody? Yes? Okay, what's the relationship that exists between 1 and 2? And there. What's the relationship? You follow each other, it's consecutive.
It's going to be...
one more. Not so.
It's going to be 1, times 2, times 4.
1 times 4 is not 8.
No, I'm looking at it as 2 times 4.
Huh? What do you notice with the numerator in comparison to the denominator? It is 1 more. Not so. Now, whatever is on top, say if I got 20 on top, then it's going to be 21 at the bottom. If it's 506 on top, it's going to be what at the bottom? 507. Okay, just remember it's 1 more in the denominator. Right. But the numerator, you got 1. This is the numerator. If I take the numerator out, I got 1. 8, 27, 64. Okay, tell me what's the next number then? 125. Who's in 125? Well done. 125 is correct. So what's the next number? 216. Why? I don't know. But why is that correct? Cubes, yes, well done. Yes. So that is 1 cubed. 2 cubed. 4 cubed. And so on and so on and so on. So in other words, okay. In other words, this is going to be 125 over? Yes. Then this one's going to be 216 over? 217. Well done. A good one, eh? Imagine that was your question in the exam. Remember when we were working through these past papers, just put yourself in this position. The learners of grade 8 of last year, the grade 9 of this, they wrote this paper. So it's a real thing. Okay? So ask yourselves, okay, how far are we from this? From this point. How far are we to the point we want to be? Okay. Right. Let's look at the next one. 2, 5, 7, 12, 19. Yes. First of all, rub your eyes. Just rub the answer into your eye. Don't rub your eye. You're going to damage it. What's the next number? The next number seemed to be a joke to Jamie. Jessica. Jessica. Right. Jeffers, your pencils up? Now. Keep it up. Answer the question. The what? I don't feel I'm talking to myself. Yes, Jessica, yes.
So you add 3 the first 2 numbers.
So you add 3, yes?
And then you add
2, yes?
And then you add.
Did you add 5? 7?
I think so. You add 9.
9, you can add 9. No? Why 12? Don't know? Munira, what do you think, Michael? Munira? And that's it? You guys don't want to talk along? Don't want to talk with? No? Don't why shoot the pics, Michael? Don't the pics. Just put a line through and you carry on. Oh, don't tell me the pics in the desk, Michael.
No.
Don't waste your time like this. Anybody?
No.
That's one of your mind-blowing answers. People, what is 2 plus 5?
3. Oh, 7.
7. And what's 5 plus 7? 5 plus 7? 12. 5 plus 12? 19. 12 and 19? It is 31. But I asked her why. But she said, so it's going to be? Sorry? Yes, like every other day. But yes, this is blame it only on today. No? You're slow today. Or you say you're slim today. Slow, start. Okay. No problem. But you guys understand? Right? Nice. There's 15 marks in the back. Let's look at question 2. Vraag 2. Simplify. Not simplify. Simplify each of the following expressions. 7x minus 3x? 4x or 4x squared? 4x. 4x minus x? 3x. Okay. This is insulting your intelligence, no? You guys are much better than that. Yes? Yes, answer. Let's see it.
No.
There's 15.
I mean, in brackets, start up with negative 2y.
Okay. So you're going to get? We're going to have negative 2y in a bracket. And outside you say you're going to have 15y or 15y squared. 15y or 15y squared? 15y squared. Why? When you're multiplying and bases are the same, you add the exponents. So what's positive times negative? Negative. 15 times 2? 13. Y squared times y? Y cubed. Otherwise you could have gone from this straight into that answer, it's no problem. Okay. 2.3. What needs to be done first here? Like terms. Add like terms. So it's a squared b plus 4b a squared. You all agree that is like terms?
No.
Why not?
Yes.
Okay, look at it this way. Okay? If A is 2 and B is 3, so it's going to be not a dot, no, it's a dot. 2 times, what's 3 squared? 9. And 2 times 9? 18. If I swap it around, I got B squared A. So if B was 3, so it's going to be 3 squared times 2. What is 3 squared? 9, and 9 times 2 is? 18. So 8B squared is the same as? B squared A. However, B squared is never equal to BA squared. Can you see here the squares on the B?
Yes.
Here the squares on the A. So it doesn't make that equal. Do you guys understand? But if the exponent is on the right base, yes, 100% acceptable. Right, you guys understand?
Yes.
Right. So then makes the A squared right. You see that was not like terms.
Yes.
Whilst this here and the last one. And this here is on its own. You all agree with that? So what is A squared B plus 4BA squared? 5A squared B. Minus 5AB squared plus 1B squared A. Negative 4AB squared. Minus 2AB. Okay, any confusion there? You all okay with that? No? Next, 2.4. What needs to be done first here? What needs to be done first? Multiplication. You're going to apply what rule there? Odd mass. Odd mass. So, you do that first. So what's A cubed times 2? 2A cubed plus 3 minus A squared times A. A cubed. So what do I do now? Like terms. So it's 2A cubed minus 1A cubed. A cubed plus 3. Or 3 plus A cubed. Yes. Yes. Plus, what else must be added? Your favorite, yes. Yes, you keep on lying to yourself, you will start believing it, the lies you tell yourself. No? You're not lying, you like it, you're genuine. Okay, nice, nice. So I'm going to put extra geometry. Yes. Okay. So, 2.5, can I add 4 into 8? Why not? Unlike terms, so we multiply and see. But what law do we call this? Commutative or distributive? Distributive, you multiply. 4 and 4. So 3a times 4 is 12a. 3a times 2a, 6a squared. Can I add them? Why not? Unlike terms. Okay. 2.6. 17x cubed minus 20x cubed. Are they like or unlike? Like. So 17 minus 20. Negative 3x. Not 6. Why not? You're subtracting. When you're adding and subtracting, the variables stay the same. Yes, well done. Next, 2.7. 2.7. Negative 4xy cubed times negative 3x squared y 4. Negative, negative, positive. 3 times 4, 12. X times x squared, x cubed. Y cubed times y 4, y 7. You all agree with that? Yeah, I'm hearing you got it right. Is that the only sum you guys got right? Yes? Okay. 2.8. What needs to be done first? The exponent needs to be sorted out first. Not so? So you got negative 3 times negative squared. Positive. Not so. So negative times negative is a positive. A negative to any even exponent will always be positive. That means to say a negative to an odd exponent will always be negative. 4 squared, 16. P to the exponent, 6. So that's 3 times 2. Okay? And then Q, 2. Why? There's no number here. So there's a 1. So 1 times 2 is 2. Now what? What's negative times positive? Negative. 16 times 3 is 48. No? So 18 is 1. 48. P, 6. Q squared. Okay, any confusion? No. Right, let's carry on. 2.9. So to divide, I can write one over the other. So it's going to be 15 A4N over negative 10A squared N cubed. What's positive divided by negative? Negative. So negative times a negative is a negative. No. Negative times a negative is a positive. Negative divided by negative is positive. It's the same rule. Okay? So here we got a no sign, so it's positive. So positive divided by negative is negative. 5 goes into 15? 3 times. 5 into 10? Twice. So it's going to be 3 over 2. Where's the more A's? Top. What do you call the top? Numerator. There's more A's in the numerator. So it's going to be A to the 2. Where's the more N's? Also on top? No, it's at the bottom. 3 minus 1 is 2. You all okay with that? Any confusion? No? 2.10. Question 2.10. What's the square root of 81? 9. A. 3. How do you get 3? It's going to be 6 over 2. So that is the square root. B. 2 over 2. So it's going to be 9A3 B. Over B to the 1. You could have gone from the first step straight into the last. Into the answer. Not so? Next, what needs to be done first here? Multiplication. Tumble and times. Not so? We only swap around the one that follows the division. Okay, now some of you swap both around. Only the one follows division. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top out. So what is 3xy times 4xy? 12x squared y squared over negative 6xy. Not so? Times 8 over, you can add that on top, not so? So what's going to give you? 3y squared. So what I do is I always sort out my numbers at this point. But you could have sorted out everything if you want. Okay? So 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 12 4 times. Not so? 2 goes into 6 3 times, 2 goes into 8 4 times. You all agree with that? Yes. If you wanted, you could have cancelled out your y's as well, your y squares. No? But I'll do it in the next step. 4 times 4 is 16. X squared, y squared over negative 3. Can you see the negative there? It's negative 3. Xy times y squared is xy cubed. Not so? Now what? Positive divided by negative? Negative. So it's going to be 16 over 3. Where's the more x's? On top. So it's going to be 2 minus 1. Where's the more y's? Bottom. So it's 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay, you understand? Any confusion? No. Right, next. What do we have to do first here? Distributive law, get rid of the brackets. Not so. How many terms are there? 2 terms. What separates terms? Plus and minus is well done. Another word for 2 terms is what? Binomial. Will you multiply in? So it's going to be 4x times 3? 12x. 4x times negative 2y? Negative 8xy. Not so. The next one is negative 3 times 2x. Negative 6x. Remember the negative must also be multiplied. So negative 3 times negative y. Positive 3y. So what do I do now? Look for like terms. Easy like terms. Yes. It's 12x and negative 6x. That's the only like terms there. Why is negative 8xy not a like term to 3y? 3y don't have an x, or 8 or negative 8y. X has an x. Okay. So 12x minus 6x. 6x minus 8xy plus 3y. Any confusion there? Huh? You all okay? Huh? The last question in question 2, it says you got 5x cubed, no, 10x 5 times 10x cubed time, plus 10x 5 plus 3x cubed times 2x squared minus 40x 8 divided by 8x cubed. People, how many terms are there? 3. Why? What separates terms? Plus and minus. So it's 1, 2, 3 terms. No? It's only plus and minus that separates terms. So before we can add these terms, I must simplify that according to bod mass. Not so. So what is 10x cubed plus 2x squared? Will give us 20x 5 minus. Now 40x 8 divided by 8x cubed. 8 goes into here once, 8 goes into 40, 5 times. So it's going to be 5x 5. What's the rule when you're dividing and base are the same? Subtract the exponents. Not so you must minus it. Are they like or unlike? Like to be? Unlike. Like or unlike? Like. They're all x to the exponent 5. Are you tired? Is this yawning? Just yawning but not tired. Okay, but anyway. What is 10x 5 plus 20x 5? 30x 5 minus 25x 5. Any confusion, people? No. Let's move on. Question 3.1. It says subtract 3x squared plus 5x minus 4 from the sum of negative 3 plus 4x squared plus and 6 minus 7a. So it says subtract that from. So what happens is whatever follows from you write first. You must work the sum of. So you must add that. Not so? So in other words, it's going to be negative 3 plus 4a squared plus 6 minus 7a. Why am I writing it first? Follows from. Not so? Subtract, so I write minus, that means minus 3a squared plus 5a minus 4. You all agree with that? Yes. Who disagree? Yes, why do you disagree? Brackets, why must there come a bracket? It's more than one term following a negative sign. Whenever there's more than one term following a negative sign, there must go a bracket. Did I need this bracket here? The first bracket, did I need this one? No. Alright. So what's going to happen is tomorrow, during the lesson tomorrow, we'll conclude this paper. So for homework, I know you only had question 1 and 2 to do. So I want you guys to complete this paper for tomorrow's lesson. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, class.